Coming up, live coverage of this Tuesday night NBA game here on 2K Sports. Along with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joined. And let's see what Washington has coming up. On Thursday, they'll go up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Saturday, they'll go up against Franz Wagner and the Orlando Magic.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team. But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Philadelphia 76ers. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. LeBron James out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's Embiid in it to 5. And for the Wizards, Alexander Sarr out there with Davis. Then there's George. Then it's Trae Young.
At 7 feet tall, Embiid looks to dunk often, especially when he's got good positioning.
And this early in the season, Doris, we're seeing some teams trying to find their way.
BA, very little set in stone at this point. Coaches are absolutely still tinkering with their rotations. You're trying to figure out which groups play well together. And then you also have the players, right? They're trying to drop off a little of the rust that accumulates over the offseason.
Ooh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Outside Young. Pass to Sarr. 5 to shoot. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
You know, Sarr established himself in the paint and took advantage of what they gave him.
James against Davis. Back to Maxey. It's Brown on the wing. Philadelphia moving it around. And Maxey gets it to go on the assist from Embiid. Maxey's got his second bucket of the night.
Look at Embiid being selfless, dishing it outside instead of forcing it on his own.
Back to Young. The 3 is up. LeBron with the rebound. The 76ers have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor.
I mean, the power of the driving ability of LeBron James is something that must strike fear into the defense.
And we've seen the Wizards churning their roster, Doris, with an eye toward the future.
Yes, and that BA means inevitably absorbing those extended losing streaks, but you're doing it at least with a plan in mind. You need talent to win, and I'm talking big-time talent. And the best way to develop that talent is with patience. So there's a process they're following.
Maxey attacking to the right side. Embiid passes to Brown. Screen by Embiid to the middle.
Wizards foul. Number 4. First personal foul. First team foul.
First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. James deciding where to go with it.
After 5 shots, that's their first miss. I definitely call that a good start.
He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And I'll tell you what, I just love how Davis runs the floor. Just incredible. I mean, how do you stop him in these situations?
And he gets the bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
George outside. And there are the Wizards with another bucket. So it's Philadelphia now. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian Keefe had a few moments to share with me. Coach was enthralled by the court awareness of LeBron James. He said, quote, "Very few guys know where all the players are on the court at all times. Very few players have the skill and the ability to take advantage of any slip-up. LeBron falls in both of those categories. There's a reason people talk about him as the GOAT." Back over to you, Brian.
Thank you for that, Allie. No good on the free throw. Jaylen Brown, in addition to becoming a champion, notched a big award in 2024, Doris.
It is undeniable that Jaylen Brown raised his level throughout the course of the playoffs in 2024. He was the MVP of the conference finals and the finals, and I thought set the tone almost nightly in route to that championship.
It's like he's doing pull-ups on the rim.
Looked like a schoolyard playground right there. And so it's James with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. They trail by 1. Brown with a screen. Simons outside. Pass to Embiid. Back to Simons. Washington with a rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Hornets.
And games like that are backbreakers. To be so close to victory, but let it slip away is frustrating.
You know what? Sometimes you play a great game and lose. What you hope happens, though, is it toughens them up a bit mentally, and they figure out how to close it out next time.
And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Grant, LeBron has had so much recognition over the years, but truly, he might not get enough credit for what he's meant to the NBA.
Yeah, you might be right, B.A. Truly a global ambassador for the game of basketball. He set the standard for what a superstar can be, really, in any sport.
And it's a completely new group for Washington. Ayton, he's checked in for Washington.
Number 22, DeAndre Ayton.
It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. James inside. Coulibaly defending. Out to Simons for 3. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound.
I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
Outside Carrington. Pass to Ayton. 6 on the shot clock. With a 9-footer. And too long on the shot. The 76ers have gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. And Brown with the stuff.
This guy's so dangerous on the drive, and if Brown has an opportunity to finish strong, there's going to be no doubt.
It's Carrington on the wing. .36 seconds left to play in the first. Banked it in off the glass.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And there's the process at work. Embiid rolls off the pick and right into scoring position.
Carrington no good. For Philadelphia, they've gone a fantastic 8 of 11 so far. Here's Embiid. His last outing, we saw him score 22. Outside Johnson. Oh my, came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
Second free throw, no good. And he nails the third. And James puts up a deep 3. And at the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. It's the Wizards up 1. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, let's quickly break down the game and what we've seen so far from the Wizards, guys.
They're getting a big contribution from the bench already.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
Taking a look at Philadelphia. We've got Anthony Simons, Edwards out there with Dean Wade. Then it's Maxey, and it's Barlow in at center. Pass to Johnson. Inside, 6 to shoot. Oh, and the jam by Ayton!
Ayton uses his length to his advantage. No doubt on the dunk.
And for the Sixers, the growth of Tyrese Maxey has meant everything, Grant.
Oh my, his growth both with his play, but also with his leadership has meant a lot. And he has such a joyful energy. It really helps pull this team together.
Pass to Ayton. Simons against Johnson. And Young the bucket on the assist by Johnson. Oh, man, this has been an absolute battle in the first half.
Each team trying to establish itself. The lead just keeps going back and forth.
Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
Fires the three. No good that time. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. They trail by 1. Their first look at this year's Washington squad.
Yeah, they beat this team in the season series last year. But what's that really saying?
Ooh, excellent D there from Young. For Washington, they've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Johnson passes to Aiden. It's tipped. Here's Maxey. Up and in on the layup. Maxey's got 9.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, for all the anticipation around NBA expansion, we might have to pump the brakes. I'm told a number of team owners are a bit hesitant to further carve off the revenue from this new national broadcasting deal, so the timeline may take longer than some fans had hoped.
They'll get there. All right, Shams. Thank you very much for that report. Anthony Davis, he's checked in from Washington.
Only 6'2", but Maxey got some spring in his step.
All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. From 12 feet, Young misses. The 76ers have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Maxey, that's good.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Pass to Riley. Outside Young. Lets it go from deep. Barlow grabs a miss.
Sometimes the game requires you to just keep at it, so he's got to be aggressive.
Maxey. And Davis with the block. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And the Wizards making a change here. On defense, Washington. It's a 3-point game. Ha, well-timed shot fake. Got the defender off the ground right there.
Another bucket. This guy just keeping his foot on the gas pedal.
Back to Young. Lets a floater go. Rebound by Philadelphia. Their last game, a win against the Magic. Looking to carry it into this one.
It was textbook rim protection in that game, taking real pride in shutting down the other team.
It was obvious. They pressured that team from the outset every trip down the floor. That will wear an opponent down over time.
Just 2 to shoot. Oh! What a finish with a reverse dunk.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Trae Young is getting recognition for his playmaking. He said, I've been top 5 in assists since I've been in this league, but I've been able to score so easily. People consider that selfish at times. I'm not even worrying about what people got to say. I know what I do. Back to you guys.
Tuning out the noise. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And Washington making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Embiid, he's checked in for Barlow. And James is subbed in for Wade. Davis with it, picked up by James. Davis, the pass to Sarr. No good with the triple. Philadelphia leading by 5. Outside Maxey. James, a screen on Johnson. Back to James. A classic move by LeBron James.
LeBron James goes high in the air, and absolutely no doubt about how that's going to end.
Pass to Davis.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 2 minutes.
Now Johnson puts it up from 12, and it's in, off the glass. Johnson's got 6 points.
Bang, bang. Doesn't get much simpler than that.
Well, Grant, when it comes to exciting young guards who can really fill it up, Trae Johnson's name has to come to mind.
Yeah, no question about it, B.A. This kid can score in a variety of ways, and his confidence is what makes him so dangerous in this department.
The 76ers have gotten 8 of 12 at the... Whoa! Brown with a huge slam!
This guy, one of the most elite athletes in the game, Jaylen Brown, finishes beautifully.
Sarr against Embiid. 2 points. That one goes. Sarr's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, the analytics would say take either that shot or something from downtown.
Maxey passes to James. Stolen by Davis. There's 49 seconds left in the second quarter. Sarr takes a three. Rebound by Philadelphia. And it's James with the jam.
LeBron James, one of the great showmen to ever lace them up. How about that finish, folks?
Pass to Sarr from the arc. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And when you're trailing in a game, it can be tempting to try to go for the big play.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Oh, wow!
Oh, a spicy move by Maxey with the ball, showing off his handles.
Wizards trail by 6. Down low. Here's Davis. And the ball out of play. The Sixers will have it.
Into the lineup for your Wizards. 0.
Maxey surveys. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their key to consistent. Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break, ready for the third quarter.
Hi, everybody. We've got your favorite segment on tap as we check out how the Eastern Conference is shaping up. And when you're down at the bottom of a list like this, always a tough place to be.
Yep, you could send some of those teams to Cancun right now.
And now back to that first half. How about Tyrese Maxey? He was getting whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted it. And that's a wrap on.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. And while they struggle to win games, the Wizards are focused on achieving what they call smaller wins, Doris.
I think this is an incredibly smart approach for this reason. You do not have enough yet talent and experience combined to win in the NBA. So you have to look for the positives as you try to develop your program, which means draft well. Player development is absolutely critical, and your ability to celebrate those smaller wins means you're making progress.
We've got Anthony Davis, Trae Young out there with Keyshawn George. Then there's Sarr. That's the group starting the second half for Brian Keefe. Chalk up 2 there.
That mid-range J right in his wheelhouse. Nicely done.
And so it's James with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They lead by 4. Pass to Embiid. Let's go with a 3. James. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
LeBron has made himself a deadly shooter. You can't fault the D for being a little too aggressive on his shot fakes.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for 2.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
Coming out stone cold here. Sometimes the break will do that to you.
And finished off by Sarr.
Oh, man. Between his size and mobility, Sarr is the perfect lob threat.
The Sixers lead by 3. Outside Maxey. Screen by James. Maxey attacking. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
You know, you have to love how strong Maxey takes it inside. Feels like he can beat everyone to the cup.
Davis with a screen on Maxey. Young finds Davis. And it's Davis finishing things off inside.
Excellent execution coming out of the break. They've taken 3 shots and made 3 shots.
Pass to Edgecombe. Back to James. And here's Maxey outside. He's got another one. That's 10 for 15 now.
Well, anytime Maxey gets off a 3, that's a good look for this squad.
There's Young with the 3. Can't hit that one.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Here's Edgecombe. James, a screen on George. Back to James. Doing what he does. LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron, he's setting the screen, but you can't lose sight of him when he rolls.
Outside Davis. Young from long range. Hauled in by Brown.
Geez, you can almost feel his desperation. He wants so badly to see the ball go through the net.
So far, Grant, we've seen some encouraging intangibles from VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, you know, he reminds me of Victor Oladipo or even a Dwayne Wade physically. Just an explosive athlete. And I love the way he uses that strength and quickness at the defensive end of the floor.
One shot.
Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
Clock at 6. Pass to Young. Will it go? Keeps it alive. Great positioning on the putback. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And the length is hard to contend with. Davis using all of it for the putback points there.
Embiid passes to James. Stolen by Young. To the middle. James with a steal. Here's Embiid. Embiid drawing the double team. And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there. Well, Grant, if you had to say, is there anything you think is underrated about Embiid?
You know, B.A., I think it's his intelligence. Joel's a heady player. Sometimes big men don't get enough credit for their smarts on the court. Embiid knows the game.
Looking at who's out there now for Philadelphia. Wade comes in for LeBron, and Anthony Simons subbed in for Maxey.
Molding himself into one of the most dominant centers in the league, Embiid has really come into his own.
Here's Edgecombe, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Edwards, he's checked in for Brown. All right, let's use this time to check out the teams with the most steals last year. 5th best, the 76ers.
And this is a team that takes great pride in being aggressive on the defensive end. They take good risk and know when to go after opportunities for steals.
Embiid against Davis. Hey, shooting the ball well. He's 5 for 9 in the game.
This guy's been great, no doubt about it, but it hasn't been enough to get them where they want to be.
And that one is hammered home.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. And thanks to AT&T for a great look at that dunk on their connected cam. And that one's good. Davis.
Yeah, between his length and touch, Davis is the perfect interior player.
Pass to Edgecombe. Screen by Embiid. A minute 37 left in the third. Off target at the rim.
Boy, the team doing pretty well despite his offensive struggles right now.
And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. So for Washington, DeAndre Ayton, he's checked in for Davis. Champagnie comes in for Johnson. And it's Carrington in for Trae Young. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Bonus checked in for Embiid. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, the Wizards are letting their young guys learn on the fly. Guard Bub Carrington said the whole organization communicates to us often. We drafted you guys for a reason, they say. Don't be scared to make a mistake. Play your game, use the things that got you here, and see if it sticks. Brian, back to you.
Learning on the job. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Pass to Bona. 50 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points. And they've been so much more aggressive drawing the whistle here in the second half.
Whitmore's checked in for Champagnie. Wizards trail by 10. Outside Carrington. To the inside, and that one's good. Koulibaly's got his first 2 points of the night.
Inside the lane is exactly where Koulibaly likes to operate.
Simons deciding where to go with it. Here's Edgecombe. Here's Bona. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough PA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Washington shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game.
For Washington, DeAndre Ayton. 2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. Here's Edgecombe. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. More 2K action in just a moment. With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. And it's Washington with the ball, trailing by 8, and the 76ers looking at who they've got. Edgecombe out there with Anthony Simons. Then it's Jaylen Brown. Then there's Dean Wade, and it's Barlow in at the center position.
Boy, this is the story of the night for this guy. He's taken a lot of questionable...
Oh! He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. Here's Carrington. And it comes off the front of the rim. Philadelphia leading by 10. Here's Edgecombe. And it's rejected.
Man, terrific defense by Koulibaly. That's a big-time block.
Simons with it, now guarded by Ayton. Barlow, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Pass to Riley. Now here's Young. There's the 3. The 3 ball is good from Young.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
And so Simons will bring it up for Philadelphia. Outside, Brown. Shoots from 12. Off the left rim and out. The Wizards trail by 9. Here's Young. Back to Koulibaly. Here's Carrington. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
The 76ers have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the 4th. 2 for 4 now. Brown looking around. Shot clock at 6. The 3 from Edgecombe. Rebound by the Wizards. Ayton's got 4 rebounds now. All right, time for an injury report.
Thank you, guys. I got a status report from Washington's head athletic trainer. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. An inopportune time here at the start of the season to be faced with any sort of injury. But the bright spot, guys, he's been given the green light to play through it.
Allie, thanks for the report.
What's remarkable to me, though, is how resilient players in the NBA are and the quality of the training staff and the approach they take in the rehab process. And that really helps accelerate the return to play, which is what every organization is trying to do.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Washington. Johnson comes in for Carrington. Philadelphia also making some changes. Embiid, he's checked in for Barlow. LeBron comes in for Jaylen Brown. And it's Tyrese Maxey in for Simons. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to find out what Nick Nurse was discussing with his players. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
James passes to Maxey. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. Maxey's got 25 points in the game. And here's Young. Shot is up. Shot by Johnson, no good. Philadelphia leading by 8. Outside Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Oh, Embiid packs it down.
And you can feel the temperature rising in this arena. Both teams pouring it on offensively.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
And here's Davis. Joel Embiid with the board. James against Young. James. Shoots a 3. Cleared away by Davis. And so Davis will bring it up for Washington. It's a 10-point game. Young outside from downtown. Buries it from outside.
A slow start for him, but making amends here in the second half.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now.
Wizards dancer.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Brown's checked in. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Maxey. And there's the rejection.
What I like about Sarr as a shot blocker, he can do it anywhere on the floor.
James rips down the board.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points, but that's just not a good look.
Outside Brown. Now James. 4 on the clock. Ooh, he leaves no question.
Yeah, LeBron, too many options, too many weapons at his disposal when he runs the pick and roll.
Outside Davis, puts up the tray. James rips down the board. The Sixers lead by 9. LeBron on the go. Oh, he misses the layup. For the Wizards, this one not looking good. Young inside, Maxey covering. Here's Davis.
You can't let Davis get established positioning inside. If he does, you have to foul him.
He drops the first one, and that brings him with an 8.
At the line for the Wizards.
And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
Yeah, just quick and crafty. Maxey really makes it tough on the defenders.
Second team foul.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And the second of two is good, and that'll put him up by 9. Washington has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the fourth. Cleared away by Embiid.
And the idea was good, but the execution severely lacking.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Shot's no good. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's in there!
And when it comes to assists, Young is on another level. He's got such a gift for feeding his guys.
Maxey attacking. James outside. Outside Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots it! Cleared away by Davis. Launches it from deep. James. Oh, he can't get the layup. So it's Philadelphia picking up the win. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
NBA, the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
Well, LeBron, this is the last game for a little while, so as a team, how do you approach the break?
Well, we got a couple of days off, but everyone needs to stay in tune. Even though we're not going to be on our feet or on the basketball court, everyone needs to continue to just, work your mind and work your body as well, and get ready for practice.
Well, try to mix in a little rest before you get back to the grind and enjoy it. Thanks, LeBron.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA.
Watch me drive the foreign with my kneecap. Before they close it. Goodness, he took my swag to Woodward. I gotta keep that boy my only good look. All the love go, I'm feeling like Snoop and Suge now. They act like it's her